JHK here for Sportskeeda, and joining me right now is UFC heavyweight contender Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Jairzinho, it's always good to catch up with you, man. How's life?
Good, man. How are you? Actually, I had a good day. All my workouts went good, the way we wanted it, and everything is looking good so far. My camp is the way we want it, and we're on the good way, the way we want to proceed.
For sure, for sure. And you still have a little over a month, you know what I mean, still left in camp. And where are you in your camp right now? What stage of camp?
Right? What stage?
Mm-hmm.
I think next week we're gonna start doing sparring.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're doing a lot of drills, practice, live, especially grappling, because we know my new opponent, he like to grapple. He's a
Yeah,
wrestler,
yeah.
so it's gonna be my weapon against his weapon. So, and I want to be prepared in every kind of way, and I'm excited about it. So, yeah.
Who are the grapplers or wrestlers that you have that help you most in the gym right now?
I mean, we have a whole team. I'm working mostly with King Mo, Steve Marco,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a couple of jiu-jitsu coaches in there as well. So they help. Everybody helps where they can while they can, and yeah.
Have any of your coaches prepared for Curtis Blaydes previously?
Previously, let me see. We fought Junior. We fought him with Junior. I think Junior is the only guy.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, before we get more into the matchup with Curtis, I wanted to talk about your last fight against Augusto Sakai. 1 second left, and you get the knockout in the first round, man. Like, how? You know, I think you did that before, right? It was the Overeem fight. There was 1 second. Was it 1 second left in the Overeem fight too?
That was 4 seconds left.
Okay, 4 day. How does that even keep happening for you? You know what I mean? It's just the
I mean,
timing.
it's the timing, is the way the people made the mistake, and any error. If I find an opening, I'm the guy who able to finish it. So soon as I put him away with the left hook. He was running backwards the whole fight. So coaches was keep calling, Coach Mike was saying, "Hey, go to the body, go to the head, body, head," and there, boom, I got him, and I was able to finish it. So
Do you think a lot of fighters, you know, when you watch fights, I know you watch a lot of fights too, they relax too much towards the end of the round? They don't fight until the bell actually rings, and it kind of leaves some openings for some people?
maybe not. I think in MMA, especially MMA, you're gonna be aware, you're gonna be ready all the time, every second of the fight, because any second you blink or half second you blink too much, it can be over. Especially with heavyweights, we are heavy punchers, heavy hitters, so doesn't matter where I hit you, if it's on your ear, on your chin line, or it's on your eye, it can be over. Or it be open, and yeah, you know,
What's your favorite spot to hit somebody in the face?
chin
In the chin?
or the and the nose. The nose is the good part. So
Someone was telling me that the perfect place to punch somebody is between the nose and the mouth, right here in the middle. Is that true?
correct, yeah.
Oh, it
Because
is.
people fighters are moving,
Mm-hmm.
so when you go accurate, you go between the mouth and the nose.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the chin or you hit the nose.
Have you ever like said, like, okay, I'm gonna hit this guy on this spot, and you knocked him out exactly the way you felt before the
A
fight?
lot of time. A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
But sometimes you see you watch fights before your fight, so you know a little bit how fighters move, and if you have a lot of footage of fighters, you can see where he was, where he is now. So between that, everybody's keep making the same mistake. Maybe the fighter is tired and then he's relaxing a little bit during the round, so you're gonna fall back in your old movement. So sometimes you caught people there.
Now with Curtis, you know, how much of his footage do you watch? Do you watch it throughout the whole camp, or is it just a little bit
I,
at the beginning?
I do it all the time. No, I do it all the time. I
Okay,
watch
so you're
all the
watching all the time. So you're looking for something new on every single footage that you're watching, even if you're watching it 5 times in a row.
Correct. I'm watching it, I'm rewatching it and rewatching it. He's gonna make a mistake in any kind of way, and I wanna be prepared. So if he's gonna be slower, faster, if he's gonna rush or not. So I wanna be ready that when that mistake appeals in the fight, Kang, finish.
Kang, that's right, that's right. Now, so you're watching the film, your coach is watching the film, so you guys kind of meet together and discuss like what you guys see, because everybody sees something different.
Correct.
Okay.
And everybody has different experience. So.
Hmm. Definitely, and Curtis Blaydes, man, he's a big wrestler. Like you said earlier, it's two different styles, but it's more than that, right? It's not just a wrestler versus a striker. You guys are mixed martial artists.
Correct. It's MMA. So I mean, if you're coming from kickboxing or you're coming from wrestling to do MMA, mixed martial arts, you're gonna want to use your strongest weapon. And one thing I know is we starting standing up. If you can get me down, all right, let's go. But we starting standing up. Any mistake you make, it's finished.
And with him, I mean, he's a wrestler, and guys have taken you down, but you've gotten up pretty easily. It hasn't been like you stayed there for a long time, and I guess it's credit to your coaches at American Top Team, right?
Correct, correct. I mean, we've been working hard, and it's not easy. Especially wrestling is not it's not my first style in MMA. So they've been working hard on me, and they've been hard on me, and we're doing positions all over and all over again. So I'm getting there.
Yeah, yeah, and I remember speaking with you at the start of your UFC career, and you already was wrestling. You already started wrestling at that time. I remember
Yeah,
that, and
yeah,
and
correct.
everybody was talking about you coming in as a striker and let's test his wrestling, but you already knew. It's almost like Adesanya too. Adesanya, he comes in as a kickboxer and he's dominating in the striking, but a lot of people didn't know that he's been wrestling for a while before that.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. The wrestling we do and
Hmm.
what I did before is a whole different level.
Hmm.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be honest with that. It's a whole different level. I'm learning new things, and yeah, it's a whole different level. That's all I can say. It's a whole different level.
every round starts standing up. So for you, how big of an advantage is it for you when you step into a round?
I think I'm gonna be taking advantage of the first second of the fight, pressure on this guy. I think I have to do that. That's one of the most important thing right now in the fight. And yeah, during the rounds, everything come by himself. Especially knockouts. I never focus on the knockout, but I'm able to finish a fight when I see opening. So I'm gonna be there moving with him and see wherever you wanna go.
Well, you have 100% finishing rate, so yeah, you're looking for the knockout, right? It's yeah, it's like net natural for you. It's like you
Yeah,
were born
correct,
with it.
correct.
Now with Curtis, he has transformed. I mean, he's a wrestler, but if you've seen in the Lewis fight, he tried to strike with Lewis, for the first couple of rounds. What do you think of his evolution as a striker?
I think he's doing a good job, but I'm a different animal. I'm not Lewis. So I've been striking almost all my career, so I'm different. It's not the play what he did and then he got knocked out. It's different. If you want to try to strike, I think it's a bad move. Then I'm being honest.
I guess there's nothing to say about what you predict in this fight. You already said that you're gonna go in there and try to, take
I
him
have
out
to go
easy.
and take him out. That's the only thing that exists. Win the fight, doesn't matter how. I take him out or it's by points. I have to win this fight. This is the fight. I can't get bigger than this. After this, I take the fourth spot. I can go straight for the title shot, or I can get one more fight. I want to finish this guy and go for the next fight in December. That's how it.
Yeah, that was my next question because if you do go in there and knock out and finish Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis, his last fight he finished and beat Curtis Blades and he got a title shot. So with Jones and Stipe, I mean they're having problems getting booked, or I don't know. I think they're having problems with the UFC just back and forth, right, with contracts and stuff. You could be fighting the winner of Francis and Gane, right? That could be a possibility.
Correct. I think that will be the nicest thing that can happen end of the year. And the best thing for me, go in there, finish this guy, and wait in December if I got another fight or I got a title shot, even better. So I'm gonna be here preparing, beat this guy, and be in shape for whatever comes end of the year.
You staying active has become a big benefit for you because a lot of the other guys are just sitting back trying to get certain fights that they want. You're like, give me anybody, I'll beat them, and then that's gonna work out for you. That's the mentality.
Correct, correct.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be busy during the year, and I think I can take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah, and it was reported that John Jones he declined the fight with Stipe Miocic, right? Because he's saying that most likely he wants to wait for either Francis. I believe he's waiting for Francis. I think that that's the fight that he wants. What is your take on that? Him declining the fight with Miocic. If you were in that shoes, I think you would take the fight against Miocic, right?
Of course, I take the fight. It's a legend, it's a big name, but as well as John Jones. But I think there's too much talking around John Jones and being fighting. I don't know what's gonna happen. Right now, the most important thing is me. Go in there, beat Curtis Blaydes, and then whoever is next, I take him. If it's a title shot, even better.
Now, last weekend, Ciryl Gane he became the interim title. Do you feel like the interim title is a champion, or do you feel like it's just the number one contender and Francis is the champion right now?
I think it's the number one contender, and the champion is the champion. It's Francis. That's the real deal. You know how it is. Sometimes the division have to move on, and then the staff of the UFC take a decision, and you just follow through. I mean, they know what they're doing. We know what we want. Because if Francis is not fighting, that means we all gonna be stuck, and we're gonna have to wait till Francis wanna fight. No, the interim title was necessary. They do it. All right, that's fine. So now Ciryl fighting Francis. That's okay with me. See who wins. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna be there, fighting Curtis, beat him, and wait for my shot.
Ngannou and Gane, you know them very well. You've competed against both of them. They're going to fight for the unification bout. You understand them. If you're going to make like a betting odds, who would you favor in that fight?
It's hard. There's two different style. With this guy's here, he's fast, and yeah, I think if Francis pressure him, that's the only way he will beat him. If not, he will take him out by point easily. He's fast. He knows how to work with his distance, his length. He have a good reach. So it's Francis. But this guy is here that he have a crazy style, and he's getting along with it. But he doesn't have to catch a punch. And if then, it's over.
They trained together for a long time. They were
I
teammates, right? So how much do you think that's going to affect the actual fight?
uh, I think it's gonna affect a lot. In the back of the head, hey, this guy he used to beat me in the gym, or this guy was irritating a guy to train with. It's gonna affect a lot. In this fight, I think the guy who's gonna win is the guy who has put everything on the side and go mentally in the fight, and doesn't matter how he has to win. That's the guy who's winning that fight. That's how I see.
Have you ever fought anybody you trained with in the past?
No.
Never.
Oh, hmm, I think once or twice, but it's a long time ago
In kickboxing?
in kickboxing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I knocked him out. So
So,
yeah, I remember I knocked him out.
but psychologically, did you have to battle anything yourself, because you did train with the guy in the past?
Yeah, but the way I see it, and I'm the best. That's the only thing I go with. I'm better than him. I wanted more than him, and especially we trained together. I know his weapon, and I was always better. Maybe some days you're off, but I'm always know when I was growing up, my career kickboxing and my style, I was different. I wasn't that fighter that was nice and doing nice punches or nice kicks. No, I was straight. You make a mistake, I drop you, even in the gym. Now I got it more under control. I don't knock people out in the gym anymore. So I got more experience, and yeah. You don't. We all fight. Almost all of us fighting for the UFC or big promotions, so you don't want to injure each other. And yeah.
Is that the mentality they need to go in with? Is that no matter what happened inside the gym, I'm the best in the world and I'm gonna take this dude out. Doesn't matter what we did in sparring. None of that.
My mentality, my how I go in the fight. Even I don't know him, I go in there. I know I want to win this fight, and I have to win this fight. I know why I'm doing it.
All right, man. Well, September 25th, UFC 266. It's an incredible fight, man, and the crowd is gonna be there. You're probably gonna love it, right?
It's gonna be my first time again with the crowd. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
I remember the last time you were heading for your main event fight, and that's when the coronavirus pandemic just hit. And you remember they rented the plane for like your family and your friends to Columbus. That was the situation, right?
That was the situation, and everything got canceled. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. Because I remember all that stuff that was going on for you.
No, but thank God we passed this crazy pandemic. Even it's still in the world, and now we can move on a little bit faster than before. It was crazy. If you're thinking about like the last year or the last 18 months, it was crazy in the world for everybody.
Yeah, for real. Well, anyways, appreciate you, man. Have a great rest of the camp, and we'll see you inside that cage on the pay-per-view.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Always nice to talk to you, man.